Welcome to day 5, third graders. Today we are going to be doing part 2 of our art inspired by Gustav Klimt's Cradle. You should have already watched our video reviewing lines and all the different kinds of lines there are. And hopefully you watched that really fun video, Oma's Quilt, and it inspired you and got you thinking about the designs that you might include on your own quilt. For your reference today, I did attach to the materials sheet a PDF file that you can open up and just look at or print, and it has a variety of fantastic and exciting ways we can use lines to create patterns. Today, you are going to need the piece of paper that we started with last class where we drew a person that we tried to make look like ourselves, sleeping in bed on a quilt that you had done with black marker. You'll also need a black marker. Sharpies, again, are best, but any black marker will work. So if you didn't get those things, press pause and go get them now. Welcome back. We are going to take a second and remember Gustav Klimt's painting and all of the different patterns he created using flowing lines, lots of different kinds of lines he used. And we are going to take our picture, and in each square of the quilt, we are going to create a different line design. So maybe in this one, I want to do just vertical lines. And in another square, I can choose to do some wavy lines. In another one, maybe I'm going to do a dashed line. And if you want to get a little more creative, you could add 2 kinds of lines to a quilted square. Maybe I will also add lines made out of circles in between there to create an even more interesting line design. You can use diagonal lines. Maybe you want to use spiraling outlines. Maybe you want to add some zigzag lines. And again, it is fun to add more than one kind of line to each section. So maybe in there, in between, I'll add some wavy lines. And as you can see, my quilt is really starting to take shape and look very patchworky, kind of like Oma's did in the video. Think about maybe some of the clothes you have at home and the interesting patterns that are on those. Continue until you fill up every square. Here's an example of the one that I did. You can see I used lots of different line designs. Sometimes I used more than one line design in each one of the squares on my quilt. Here's another example of one that I've done before, using different line designs, combining sometimes more than one kind of line at a time. Be creative, be inspired. This is your project. When we have finished putting line designs, when we have finished putting line designs into all of our squares, we are going to stop. We are not going to do anything else today. We are going to take our project and put it to the side for safekeeping until we meet next time for our last day working on our awesome quilt and bedroom projects. Inspired by Gustav Klimt. I hope that you have fun and get creative and come up with some amazing line designs. Don't forget to respond to our discussion question about grandparents. It would be so fun for us to share with each other how we can reach out, especially now, to make sure our grandparents keep in touch with us and don't feel lonely like Oma did in the story. I'll see you guys next time for lesson 6.